Morning, welcome back to Pilates Anywhere. Today I'm going to do a little bit of prone works, which is on our hands and knees or onto our tummies. I'm going to do a lot of packing exercises to get into the roll down and the roll up. It's nice and loaded on the upper girdle, and I just want us to get into a little bit more work. If you find this is a bit too much, revert back to the videos before, but I do feel that you'll be strong enough to cope because it's been very progressive as we've worked. I'm also going to do what we call the Pilates push-up, and in one of the previous classes I spoke about the arm walking of 3 steps. I'm going to focus on that to get into the step up. If this into the push-up. If the push-up is too much or too advanced, I'm going to give you a smaller exercise or an easier exercise, a modification to it. But I do feel that you'll be fine. And my goal today is to get into the single leg kick. So that's really where I want to work something new. And we'll go from there. So as always, we need to warm up, prepare the body for the exercise that is to come. So we're going to stand with our feet fist width apart, parallel to each other. I want you to grow tall through the crown of the head. I want long collarbones. I want you to inhale through your nose into your armpits, not into your shoulders. And as you exhale, you nod your chin to chest. You peel the vertebrae down, slow and controlled, allowing every vertebra its own space, its own time. Inhale, exhale, we round the lower back. We stack the vertebrae one at a time, slow and controlled. We're just mobilizing that back. We grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale, nod your chin to chest. Peel the vertebrae down one at a time. We just have a look at our feet. We make sure they are parallel from toe to heel. They are fist width apart and all 10 toes are active. Heels are deep onto the ground. Inhale, exhale, we round that lower back. We stack the vertebrae, slow and controlled. As we come up into a lengthened spine, we grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale. As we nod the chin to chest, we peel the vertebrae down one at a time, slow and controlled. And we just stay here. We allow that natural gravitational force to pull us as we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, exhale. We round the lower back. We stack the vertebrae as we come up. Lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, head. We grow tall through the crown of the head. The arms go overhead. When the arms go overhead, I want you just to be conscious that you don't pull this girdle up, that it stays engaged. So the shoulders and the neck are 2 separate joints. They don't work together. So they are separate here. We're going to inhale for me as we go to your right. Find that oblique. Exhale back to center. Inhale as we go to your left. Find that oblique, exhale back to center. Inhale as we go to your right, find that oblique. We exhale back to center using the oblique. We inhale, we find the oblique, we exhale back. We go for one more. As we inhale, we stop, we just hold it there. We feel the stretch on the lateral side as we hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale back to center. We inhale again. We keep the feet deeply implanted, equally implanted. We feel the stretch as we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale back to center. We stay there. The shoulders are still engaged. Soft peach under the chin. The arms come up. I want you to engage that shoulder blade. I want long arms. And I want you to think of serving. You're serving someone. So knees to the front, hips to the front. We double pulse as we exhale. We exhale, pulse, pulse. Inhale to center. We go to your left, pulse, pulse. Inhale to center. As we exhale, pulse, pulse. Inhale to center. We exhale, pulse, pulse. Inhale to center. We go one more. Pulse, pulse. Inhale to center. To the other side as we go. Pulse, pulse. Inhale to center. We hold for 4, 3, 2, and release. So I want you to stand on your mat and I want your feet parallel to each other. I want you to grow tall through the crown of the head. I want long collarbones. Inhale. As you exhale, you nod your chin to chest. You peel the vertebrae down one at a time, slow and controlled. We hold it here. We have got lengthening in the back quarter of the body. And now we're going to walk 3 times with our hands. 1, 2, 3. We get into plank and we hold. We bring the knees in and we come into what we call cat or 4-point kneeling. I want your wrist, elbow, shoulder into one line. I want your knee and your hip into one line. As you exhale, you round your back, eyes to thighs. As you inhale, you come up for me, and your eye line meets where your mat and the floor meet. So I don't want you to get too much lumbar spine work, no cheeky bums, but I want you to focus on thoracic extension. That's the exercise here. Exhale as we round the lower back to heaven, belly button goes to spine. As we inhale, we come up, we grow tall. Exhale as we go down, we round the lower back, belly button to heaven. And as we come up, we lead with the chest bone. You come up for me, chest bone. And I don't want you to go into neck extension. Eye line hits where the floor and the mat meet. We go again. So we're just mobilizing that spine as eyes goes to thighs, rounding that lower back. As we inhale, we come up into the chest bone. You give me lots of attitude, lots of diamond necklace. We hold here. We stay. Right leg goes out, left leg goes out. We pike up. We look at our feet. Our feet are parallel to each other. They are fist width apart. And now we walk our hands. 1, 2, 3. Feet are parallel again. Inhale. Exhale. We come up as we round that lower back. We stack the vertebrae slow and controlled. We go lumbar. We go mid. We go upper. We go neck. We go tall through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale. Nod your chin to chest. Peel the vertebrae down one at a time. Slow and controlled. We allow every vertebra its own space, its own time. We stay here. Now we walk. 1, 2, 3. We hold. Bring your knee in. We go back into what we call the 4-point kneeling. We go back, wrist, elbow, shoulder, knee and hip. We stay here. The belly button goes to spine. I want you to activate, attach the bottom of the ribs, and now we're going to open up that right leg. So I want you to imagine I've got a cup balancing on my pelvis that's got a little bit of water. If I open the cup to the pelvis too much, the cup's going to fall off. So this is not about how wide the leg goes out. This is about stabilization. So belly button goes to spine, knit the bottom of the ribs, the shoulder blades are pulled down towards what I like to call the jean pockets. We're going to inhale, open, exhale, close for 1. Inhale, open, exhale, 2. So we're working the glute max, the mover of the right hip. But the glute med, the balancer of the left hip, is actually stabilizing us here. As we inhale for 6, exhale. Inhale for 7, exhale. Inhale for 8, exhale. 2 more. Inhale for 9, exhale. Last one. Inhale for 10, exhale. We square off. I have my cup sitting here. As we belly button goes to spine, we knit the bottom of the ribs. We inhale for 1, exhale. So it's glute max of left, glute med of right. And that med starts burning a little bit quicker than the first round because it's worked already. As we inhale for 5, exhale. Be careful not to overcompensate. You don't lean too much to the side, that's stabilizing you. As we go for 3 more. 8, inhale 9, 1 more, inhale 10, we square off. Belly button goes to spine, knit the bottom of the ribs, right leg goes out, left leg goes out, straight long position, we pike up again, looking at our feet, they are fist width apart. We're going to walk 3, 1, 2, 3. Feet are parallel again. We stay here. Inhale. Exhale. We round the lower back. We stack the vertebrae as they come up one at a time, allowing every vertebra its own space. So in time, we grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale, nod your chin to chest, peel the vertebrae down as we go slow and controlled, allowing every vertebra its own space, its own time. And you should by now start feeling the change in mobility. Inhale, exhale, we come up, we stack the vertebrae for number 2. As we come up, we allow every vertebra its own space, its own time. We grow tall through the crown of the head. We go for one more. Inhale, exhale, nod your chin to chest, peel the vertebrae down, one at a time, slow and controlled. We allow every vertebra its own space, its own time. Now we stay. We walk again 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We stay here. We have length. Shoulder blades are engaged. Straight line. Tail is tucked in for 3, 2, 1. Right leg in, left leg in. We stay here. We again have wrist, elbow, shoulder in one line. Knee and hip. But this time we pull our toes under our shins. We're going to do a little bit of what I call a short levered plank. We stay here, and I want you just to be aware. So if you battle with your wrist because of pathology, I've done this before, I'll just remind you, you can fold your mat, you can even take your weights, put your weights over here, or go into the knuckle position. If not, you stay here. And we're going to have belly button goes to spine. My eye line is where the floor and the mat meet. I pull my shoulder girdle down. So I'm activating here. Because I often find when we go into this 4-point kneeling position, people go here and they've lost all contractility. So I want you to push up out of your shoulder girdle as if there's a dagger here. Belly button goes to spine. Inhale. Exhale, at the bottom of the ribs, we float the knees 1 centimeter, we hold for 10, 9, 8. Keep out of the girdle, belly button to spine. Knit the ribs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, and I just want you to push back into rest. When we push into rest, I want you to push the chest bone onto the mat, and I want your feet and your sit bones to just melt over your heels as we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. We come up again. We have wrist, elbow, shoulder in one line, knee and hip into one line. Toes are pushed under our shins, shoulder blades are pulled down, soft peach under the chin. Inhale. Exhale, belly button goes to spine as we lift the knees 1 centimeter up, off, we float, we knit the bottom of the ribs, we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently lower, we push back into rest. I want you to think of lengthening the base of the skull all the way down into the sit bone, with your sit bones just melting over your heels. Inhale. As you exhale, you push that chest bone deeper into the floor for 3, 2, 1. So I always say all good things come in threes. So we stay here. Wrist, elbow, shoulder in one line, knee and in hip in one line. We engage those shoulder blades. We push up as if there's a dagger. Belly button goes to spine. Soft peach under the chin. We float the knees 1 centimeter. We hold. And we get the belly button higher to spine. We knit the ribs. We stay. Now in this position, I want you to imagine you can bring your left and your right hip bone closer together as we exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't go down. Right leg out, left leg out. We stay. We pike up again. My feet are fist width apart. I have a straight line from my heels into my sit bone, from my tippy fingers into my sit bones. We bend the knees. We walk for 3. 1, 2, 3. We stay here. Hands are again parallel. My feet are parallel, sorry. I actually want you to measure. I can actually feel how I've changed my flexibility, one hand length, just by repeating this. Inhale, exhale, we come up. Lower back, sorry, mid back, upper back, neck, head. We grow tall through the crown of the head. Awesome. We go again. So this time we're going to go into the push-up. So I want you to see what I do. I'm going to give you the modification. This is why we're quite finicky about the 3 steps. So inhale for me, exhale, nod your chin to chest as we peel the vertebrae down one at a time. Slow and control. Hands are heavy, upper body is heavy. Once you hit your end, you bend your knees. We do 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do 3 push-ups here. So I'm going to show you. We keep the shoulder blades engaged. We tuck the tail in. You give me 1. You give me 2. You give me 3. Then we pike up again. But if you don't have this strength, we are here. We're going to adjust. Knees on the ground. So we call this a ladies push-up or a modified push-up. Belly button is tucked in. We tuck that tail in to protect the back. We go 1. You only go as low as what your power will allow you. You go 2. We go again. We go 3. Tuck your feet under your shins. Straighten your legs. We pike up. We hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend your knee. You walk your hands. 1, 2, 3. Feet are parallel. We come up as we round that lower back. 1 vertebra at a time. We stack it up. We grow tall through the crown of the head. So the actual exercise is to do a few of those hand walks and then do 3 sets at a time, or 3 repetitions, and we build up onto the sets. But for the moment, I'm just glad that we can get into that position. We go for 1 more. Inhale. We nod the chin to chest. We exhale. As we stack the vertebrae down 1 at a time, head is heavy. We allow every vertebra its own space, its own time. We bend the knees slightly. We walk for 3. 1, 2, 3. We go back into 3 push-ups. If you have the power, you stay here. If not, your knees go down. So we go 1. We don't collapse into the blades. 2. Soft peach stays under the chin. We go 3. We hold for 3, 2, 1. Right leg in, left leg in. We push into rest. We hold. As we exhale, we lengthen the spine from base of the skull into the sit bone. And we come up. So I really like to load the upper girdle, particularly for ladies, because we don't have the power that men have, but we do need it. As you get older, you actually need that push power to get off of floors, and if you do fall, you need to be able to get off the ground. And for osteoporosis, we need the bone loading. So I find that when the bones are loading, we have a better absorption of the calcium. So I'm not done, but I want to just show you the next move. So we can go from there, and then we're going to go into single leg kicks. So we're back into position. I want you to have a straight line, wrist, elbow, shoulder. We're going to start with the knee and the hip in line, and we're going to go into the long length plank. So what I want you to be conscious about is that this bottom of the hip and the rib and the hip are connected. So we stay here, belly button goes to spine. We lift our knees off. We straighten the legs. The tail is tucked in. The shoulder blades are engaged. So we're going to bring the right knee in. Inhale, skim the knee on the mat. Exhale back. We swap. Inhale, skim the knee. Exhale out. 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 And the knee only comes to 90. Inhale, skim the knee. Exhale out. Last one. Inhale, skim. Exhale out. Right leg bent, left leg bent. And just push back into rest. As we exhale, we lengthen the spine from base of the skull into the sit bone. Feet and hips melting over the feet. As you exhale, you push your chest bone deep onto the floor. You come up, and we just lie straight onto our backs, onto our tummies. Before I get into the single leg kicks, I just want to do a little intermediary exercise. So with your hands onto your mat, your forehead sits onto your hands. I want you to point your toes, and I want you just to tuck your tail in. So we offloading the lumbar spine by tucking the tail in. I want you to imagine you've got a piece of ice under your belly button, so you're lifting that belly button. You're going to exhale, float the legs up, inhale as we go down. So this exhale float, legs are dead straight, it's the glutes doing the work, but the quads have to keep the knees dead straight as we exhale for 3, inhale, down, exhale for 4, inhale, down, exhale for 5, inhale, down, 5 more, exhale for 6, use the glutes, inhale, down, belly button stays up, exhale for 7, inhale, down, offload the back by tucking the tail, exhale for 8, inhale, down, for 2 more, exhale for 9, keep the legs straight, inhale, 1 more, exhale for 10, hold for 4, 3, 2, and gently lower. We push onto our elbows, interlacing the hands. I want your elbow and your shoulder in one line. What I tend to see is when people get into this position, they relax. So I want you out of the shoulder girdle, you're not lying on the beach, and I want you to tuck your tail in. So as you tuck your tail in, you actually stretch and lengthen the hip flexor. If you don't do that, you hinge into the lumbar spine. So instead of the spine making a beautiful curvature, it actually hinges. We want to avoid the hinge. So tuck the tail in, out of my shoulder blades, belly button to spine. Knit the bottom of the ribs, float the legs up. So this is the pre-exercise we've done. Now we stay there. The belly button is now to spine, ribs are knitted, soft peach under the chin. We're going to double pulse right leg as we exhale. Pulse, pulse, straighten. Left leg, inhale. Pulse, pulse, straighten. The knees are off the ground. Exhale, inhale. We go again. Exhale, inhale. So the knees are up and then the hamstring does the work. Exhale, inhale, pulse, pulse. 1 more each side. Exhale, 1 more. Pulse, pulse, inhale, hold for 4, 3, get out of that hinge, lengthening the hip flexor. 1, gracefully release, push back into rest. And I just want you to enjoy that stretch as we hold for 5, 4, lengthen the spine, 3, 2, hips melting over the feet, 1. We come back into the cat or 4-point kneeling. Straight line for me. We stay here. Inhale. Shoulder blades are pulled down. Belly button to spine. We knit the ribs. We float the knees 1 centimeter. We take right leg out. We take left leg out. We pike back up into the heaven. I want you to have a straight line from your heels into your sit bone. From your fingers into your sit bones. We hold. Bend your knees. We walk the hands. 1, 2, 3. Feet are parallel again. Inhale, exhale. We round the lower back. Stacking the vertebrae 1 at a time. Slow and controlled. We allow every vertebra its own space, its own time. We grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale. Nod your chin to chest. Peel the vertebrae down. 1 at a time. Head is heavy, upper body is heavy. If my head fell off right now, it would land in front of my feet. And if I look, I can actually find I'm getting so much closer to the ground. Inhale, Exhale. As we round the lower back, we stack the vertebrae. Lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, head. We grow tall through the crown of the head. We go for one more. Inhale, exhale. Nod your chin to chest. Peel the vertebrae slow and controlled. As we allow the upper body to just hang. Inhale, exhale. As we stack the vertebrae, we come up, rounding the lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, head. We grow tall through the crown of the head. We hold for 5, 4, 3, and release. Have a wonderful day. Take this exercise class a little bit more lighter because it is more of a tougher class, but I do feel we need to get into that place. And just enjoy. Wonderful to see you again. See you soon at Pilates Anywhere.